Hey everybody, it's Paul with reporting live from my sofa. How are you doing today? I'm doing pretty good. We have got some major updates on the Brendt Christensen case, and I can't wait to get into it. So without further ado, let's review. So we already know, Brent, the case closed, done. We're going to be reviewing an article today that is giving us way more insight into what he did with Ying Ying Zhang's remains. Now, her family essentially is acknowledging that there's basically a near impossibility of finding her remains at this point. Now, one of the attorneys that's working with them has said that some of the investigators working on the case are willing to look into the possibility of looking for her remains in one of these landfills. Now, these investigators have discussed that essentially at this stage, with the timing, decomposition, all that type stuff, that her remains could be smaller than like a cell phone. So it's, again, a needle in a haystack. Now, it was also announced that the attorneys for Christensen, they didn't file an appeal, so his case is done with. It is over. He is, life in prison, that's it. So also what that means is that some discussion can be made about this that wasn't able to happen before. So let's just review some of the information that's come out in light of that. So according to Christensen's attorneys, Christensen told them that he placed her bodily remains in 3 separate garbage bags. The next day, June 10th, 2017, he placed those garbage bags in the dumpster immediately outside his apartment building in Champaign. On June 12th, 2017, he placed Ying Ying's clothing, backpack, cell phone, books, and other personal items, along with cleaning materials he had used to try to cover up the murder, into a large duffel bag. He then drove around the Champaign-Urbana area and placed the items from the duffel bag in various dumpsters, placing the duffel bag itself in a dumpster at the end. Now, this attorney said that the government learned that the first pickup of garbage was June 12th, 2017, the same day Christensen put the personal effects in the dumpster, and 2 days after he put the body parts in there. And the contents of this went to like a private landfill in the Danville area. And before being transported to the Danville location, those contents would have been compacted a couple of times already. So, right off the bat, that's not looking good as far as recovering something from there. Now, the article goes on to say that 2 years have passed since then. It makes the recovery really of any of the remains complicated, expensive. It would require government oversight, cooperation of the landfill owners, and literally there would be no certainty of success. And so far, no search has been, has happened in regards to this. And so basically, the family attorney is also saying that the prosecution has indicated the strong desire of the investigation team to go forward with the search. And family, of course, is obviously welcome to this. They want to bring her home to have a proper burial. That's their, if they could have what they want, that's what they'd have her back. But it's to bring her remains home. Now, Wing also stressed for all these reporters that are talking that the information that they got was the prosecutors were relaying this information from the lawyers for Christensen. And they said that Christensen lied so many times that they're basically like, we don't think the attorneys lied, but they can't trust anything that comes out of Christensen's mouth. And so that was the whole thing where they're like, you know what, we don't know whether to believe this or not. He's lied so much, he could be lying to his attorneys. And so basically this went into remember the deal that they had? And like Christensen was going to give the information about where the body was for immunity from the death sentence. But basically it came down to where they're like, we don't believe anything he says, we can't believe any of it, and the terms of that condition, they just had to go based on what they felt, and it was that he's probably lying. So in the meantime of all this, the family is working with UI to add personal effects of their daughter of Ying Ying to a memorial garden on South Goodwin Avenue created after her death. And they said that we have decided to follow Chinese custom and create a gravesite here in America to honor Ying Ying's memory. And we want to thank everyone for helping to look for Ying Ying. However, based on what we have been told by authorities, we think the best thing to do now is to let them look into the feasibility of recovering Ying Ying's remains. We now understand that finding her may be impossible. So they kind of tried to shield this information too from the family. The mother is understandably completely distraught about this, and I mean, it's another level of heinousness. I mean, this guy is horrible. What he did is horrible, and now you learn that he did this to her remains. I mean, it's absolutely disgusting. My heart breaks for her family. It breaks for her, obviously. It breaks for her family. Her mother, if you've seen them when they do the press conferences, I mean, her mother is inconsolable. And you feel that pain. I mean, it gives me goosebumps right now. It does every time I talk about it. I mean, the wailing sobs, I mean, it's a heart broken, and it's just a universal language that we all can hear. And so my heart goes out to them. So, again, now that this trial is wrapped up, it's done, we're going to get information like this will be coming out. And so I was just like, okay, at least we're getting some more information about this. So that's the only updates I have about this right now. Thanks for spending time with me. If you want to follow me, just click the bell and the subscribe button. Check out the description. There's lots of stuff in there. I have a podcast available where I talk about lots of these cases in a different context than you see here on the videos. So be sure to check that out. And other than that, I will talk to you all soon. Have a great day and weekend. Bye-bye.